So if you've stuck with me this long, you should have a perfectly working form on your delivery.html page with required elements that we have to type in before it will submit. There we go. With a radio button that will only let you choose one of the options. With delivery options that'll allow you to choose multiple. A drop-down box that allows you to make one selection only. And then a comments box with a placeholder in it. We've got a clear form button that will clear the whole thing. And then we've got our send request button that submits the whole thing. But then we end up on this thank you page. And I could be a jerk and make my guests click a link to go back to a page or something like that. But that means that my user is less likely to go back to my homepage and learn more about my website. So I want to kind of force them back to my homepage after I kind of confirm that their request was submitted. So we're going to do just a couple of things on our thanks page. Make sure you're on your thanks page for this. And let's start by adding a little more text in the main section. So right now we just have this H1 that says thank you. Let's go ahead and add a paragraph of text. And what we're doing is confirming that we got their form, that it was submitted correctly, and just letting them know what's going to happen next. So this is a courtesy that you should always have after a form. So I'm going to say something like, thanks for your delivery request. A representative, whoa, I can spell, will contact you within 24 hours. Okay, so if I refresh, that paragraph's now showing up. I know our pages aren't beautiful. We'll get there. Okay, so that will let our user know, hey, thanks, you did get your delivery request submitted. We'll follow up with you. Okay? But now is the part where we have to force it to go back to the homepage because we want to keep them on our website for as long as possible. And we're going to do this using a special meta tag. So let's scroll up. Think about where your meta tags are. Where do we keep the stuff about the page? Stuff that happens behind the scenes. Okay, we keep that up in the head section. It's up here. All right, so I'm going to go into my head section. And it should be pretty much the last thing in here. You've got a couple of things in here you guys don't know yet. It's okay, no big deal. Right now, right before the title tag, I'm going to add one more meta tag. Okay? This meta tag has a really weird set of attributes, so I won't ever force you to memorize these, but it is important. So the first attribute here is HTTP dash EQUIV, HTTP equivalent, okay? Equals, quote, refresh. What we're doing is we're gonna force a refresh of the page using that. But instead of keeping it on this page, we're gonna force it to go to another page, okay? So what's the content of that refresh? Content equals, quote. First of all, I need to tell it how long to wait. I'm going to say 5 seconds. So I just typed the number 5. You could technically make it 3 or something like that, but I want to give them long enough to read that message that's on the screen, and 5 seconds should be long enough. So content equals, quote, 5, semicolon, space, URL, all in caps, equals, index.html. That's how we force it to go back to the home page. Come outside the quotes, close your bracket. All right, so that meta tag, again, I will not force you to memorize it, but I will want you to know what it does, okay? And you need to know how to use it, how to manipulate it. If you want them to go to a page other than the index page, for example, if I wanted to force them to the delivery page, which part should I change? If I want them to stay on this page for shorter or for longer period of time, which section should I change? So you should be able to understand what this does, but you should never have to memorize this. We can look this one up, okay? All right, so let's test that. And to test it, let's go back to our delivery page. And now I'm gonna type in my text so I get past my little requirement thing. You can test the rest of your inputs if you want to, but we didn't make these ones required. So I'm gonna send the request. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ta-da! It goes to the index page. Also, can we please be impressed with my accurate counting? All right, you are done with the forms code along, my friends. Congratulations, you are now experts at how to build web forms. It's time for you to apply it.